Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gabriel, and today we're going to talk about healing religious issues on your twin flame journey. If you're like me, you may have grown up in a family that was very religious, very fundamentalist even. I grew up in a church where they they almost literally believed that they were the only ones going to heaven. It was very fire and brimstone and very judgmental, actually, not very loving and caring, actually, at all. And when you come into the twin flame journey, and if you're studying the teachings of union, or you attend Sunday service for the Church of Union, that might trigger any type of upsets that you have with God, with church, with religion, if you've had similar experiences. I left the church early on in life, like when I was 17, and I was atheist for 10 years. And I was like, I studied other religions. I wasn't immediately like, oh, I don't believe in God. It was more like I just had fallen out with the church. I was like, this doesn't seem loving to me. This doesn't seem fun or interesting, or, this just seems like misery and hatefulness and constricting people and using God as some kind of way to hate and hurt people. And I rejected that outright. I was like, I went through some things myself, and instead of being supported and loved through that experience that I went through, I was kind of told to kind of, oh, don't tell anybody about that because that's shameful. Don't tell anybody about the things that you're going through because, people don't understand and they'll judge you, and then they'll judge us by extension, or, don't tell them this because then they'll be upset. And having to navigate because and worry about what other people thought, or being judged or condemned by other people, and even God at that point, like thinking that God was going to just condemn me to hell for the things that happened to me or something like that. Like that really like takes away your power and takes away a lot of really takes away like your autonomy and makes it feel very unloving. And in fact, it is. And that's kind of the point of this video, is that to learn to distinguish when you're healing upsets with religion between what's true and what is, dogma, and what is something that is, has become the way it is because of ego, and because of people twisting religion and twisting love and twisting what God actually is to suit, something within them that is upsetting. Um, so, like I said, when you come into the twin flame journey, there is a bit of emphasis on your relationship with the divine and relationship with God, and that can be triggering. And if you find that, like, don't worry. Like, we say this, and Jeff and Shalia say this in TFAS and in Sunday services too, that, if the term God is triggering, you can use the universe, spirit, the divine, love, even. Because that's really what it is. Like, God is a person. God does have feelings and wants to relate to you, and God did create you. And it's important to have a relationship with your creator in order to be with your twin flame, as I've said in other videos. And like, that is God coming through your twin flame to love you. So it's like you have to have a relationship with that energy in order to be with your twin flame. But if you've got all these blocks to seeing God as actually loving, if you've got all these blocks to seeing God as something that, and someone that you can actually have a personal relationship with, rather than some guy up in the clouds that is just judging your every move, those things are going to stand in the way of you actually manifesting the life that you want. If you think that God is going to trick you, I think Shalia shares this in her experience that's in the book, and also in, I believe it's Romance, Attraction, or Dreams Coming True. She talks about how, she thought that God was was tricky or gonna deceive her some way, in some way. And that's what led her to the false twin flame experience before she found Jeff ultimately. She said that she had found this belief within her that like God was like manipulate. I don't know what the exact words she used, but it was kind of like that God would trick you, or that God would, could lead you down like maybe not a wrong path, but that God wouldn't necessarily be forthcoming with you. And if you believe those things, you're going to manifest that experience for yourself. And ultimately, a false twin flame experience or any type of experience isn't going to hurt you. Like, God has never left you. You're just experiencing that contrast so that you can learn the difference. And if you have a false twin flame, that actually propels you to your true twin flame. Like, God is never going to say, like, oh, well, you have upsets with me, so you're not going to get your twin flame. That's not the case at all. God actually wants you to be with your twin flame more than you do. God created you with your twin flame. When God was creating you, you were a thought, you were a loving feeling within, God's heart, and God created you, and with your twin flame. So God already has the perfect vision of you with your twin flame that has never changed. And it's just our beliefs that have created this illusion of separation between God, between our twin flame. And we just need these experiences, and we need these, we need to rid ourselves of this doubt in order to actually heal and grow and have that connection with God that we want. And the first thing you need to do is just to realize that God is love. God is your source. God is in all things. That's why the Church of Union says, you follow the teachings of union wherever you find them, because God is in all things. God is in all the things around us. He comes through our brothers and sisters. He comes through the wind. He comes through a sunrise. He comes through all of these things, like a movie, like the dialogue will like speak to you, and you'll feel that specialness, or not the specialness so much of, you'll feel that like feeling that's like different than just like watching a movie or just feeling the wind blow. You feel God in that experience. And for me, that was really what helped to relate to God in loving terms. Like, not like doing the mirror exercise does help you realize that love is like what you're wanting, and love is your source. God is your source, rather than like your twin flame. But, seeing God as not just a source of give me this, give me that, seeing God as, the good feelings that I have throughout the day, whether it's just like, looking at a sunset, or having your morning coffee, or whatever it is that makes you feel good and brings you joy, that is, that is God. And when I looked at my family that believed in, very religious, very like devout in what they believe, like they truly believe that they are, or at least, one particular family member like really believes that they are in alignment with God, even as they say hateful things, even as they do things that, if you look at it and you feel into it, you can feel that that's not love. But because they believe so firmly, it's like, okay, well, you have to honor their choice to align with this. You don't have to believe what they believe, but it's like you have to look at what's underneath it. You can claim God all day, but you have to look at the energy of what they're saying. If you look at, for my family, for example, like I said, they were saying like very hateful things. They were saying very unloving things and doing very unloving things, and like they're not very happy. If you're connecting with God and you're doing things with God, you're gonna have that energy of love with you, no matter what is coming out of your mouth, no matter what is happening around you, like or what people are saying about you or whatever. Like, as long as you're with God, like you're gonna have that deep healing, loving energy, and you're going to feel happy and joyful. And if you're not there yet, you're going to be growing in joy and happiness. Like, that's what you want. That's all you want is that love and joy and peace. And when you're aligned with that, like, you can go all in with that faith. I think that was one thing recently that I've been healing, was like, I saw that my family was like kind of doubling down, and they were just like, 100% I'm in this, and I believe that this is right and you're wrong, and da 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 da. And I didn't want that energy. And what I wanted wasn't the doubt, or to be fake humble because, if I just leave room for doubt, then I'm not too cocky like this family member. That's not it at all. It's, you look at the energy, like, just like what I was saying, is like, you look at the energy of what they're saying. You look at how, like, if God is moving through them, if is it love, is it peaceful, and that's like the telltale sign. And you can have 100% faith and no doubt at all in your mind if you are following God, if you are in peace and you are in joy and love, and not numbing. Like, that's something that I used to confuse, is like peace versus numbing out. And numbing out is like you don't feel anything. But with feeling your feelings and like being there in peace, like, you can be aware of your feelings, you can be aware of what's going on or in your surroundings and what's going on with your emotions. um, but you can just be calm and cool and collected and peaceful, and it's like almost like a floor, like a very solid, sturdy foundation, rather than just like, I don't feel anything, which is numbing out. If you're in that peaceful energy, you can be assured that you're with God, and you can have 100% faith in what you're doing. Even if you're making a mistake, or even if you did make a mistake, in that energy, it's always for learning, it's always for growing, and there's always like love there. Like, nothing can ever be hurt when you're doing, nothing can ever be hurt anyway, because hurt isn't real. But if you're doing something out of love, if you're doing something at God's guidance, everything is always going to turn out in the best possible way, even if you don't see it right this moment. Even if you feel like, oh, this was a terrible mistake, things will actually turn out for the best. Um, and yeah, like, anything that comes up with God, you can heal with the mirror exercise. But I've found, and I have too, I've healed with the mirror exercise, all these things that have come up with my family and religious issues. But like I said, what really helped me was to kind of have that perspective of not just what the person is saying, not just them claiming God and like believing that, or wanting to be like, oh, I don't want to be arrogant in that way. It's arrogant to think that, to hold on to doubt, or to believe that you're not divine, or believe that God isn't what God is, isn't what God is. And if you let go of that, let go of arrogance, and just have 100% faith in love, and love and peace, that's what's really going to guide you, and that's what's going to manifest everything that you desire, faster than you could ever believe. Like, God is not slow at all. God is very quick, and love never hesitates, right? God doesn't hesitate. As soon as you're ready, as soon as you've dropped that belief of whatever it is, that God won't show up for you, or God won't do this, or God won't do that, because of all these misconceptions you have from past experiences with religion, or family members, or whoever. As soon as you drop those, like, really drop them, not just say that, but like really drop it internally, and you don't believe that anymore, that's the moment that God can actually show up for you, and can actually say, like, I've been here the whole time. I've just been, waiting for you to, open your arms to me and allow me to come into your life. And it doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be something that happens overnight. It can be something that is a process that takes time, just like any other healing. But as you grow in your feelings and your healing with God, you're just going to see more and more blessings and fortune come into your life. Jeff and Shalia say, your faith is your fortune. And that is absolutely true, because you can only manifest your good by turning to God, because God is the source of all your good. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. If you'd like support on your healing journey, if you need support healing your religious blocks, or if you need help healing any blocks you have with your twin flame, you can find my services at sacredtwinflameunion.com, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you.